Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Trogdor, and welcome back to my week number 3 battle in the pleasantly broken aggregation of League players. My opponent is, I believe, a replacement coach. Okay, I'm just gonna apologize in advance. I don't know what my opponent's team name is because the person I was originally going to play dropped. I don't know where. I was about to get the forfeit win for that, but I was just like, told my opponent, like, hey man, if you want to like slug this out, I've got my team ready, but if you don't have the time to like build and stuff, I get it. But my opponent was nice enough to actually play the battle, and I'd much rather have a battle than not, even if I am going to like lose this battle. But I might not, because I've got a pretty fire team coming in here, gamers. So yeah, let's take a look at what I'm rocking. So, okay, I have a Dragon Dance Tyranitar that just claps my opponent's entire team. I have, which my opponent's team is, the big threats are like Gengar and Arcanine and what else? It's a pretty spoopy team. I prepped for it a long ass time ago. I didn't really get much chance to, record. But anyway, I'm rocking D-Dance, Lumberry, Tyranitar, Wakanberry, like Mirror Coat, Mantine, Choice Scarf, Haxorus, AV, Roserade, Boots, Court Change, Cinderace, and a thick as all heck Hippo. So, yeah, oh, my opponent's also got, like, what is it? Yeah, okay, let's take a look at what my opponent's rocking. The Gengar, like I said, the Arcanine, the, what's that Pokemon? Dracozolt? Yeah, I think it's Dracozolt. Like, all these, like, weird fossil Pokemon are super weird. Caparaja, Araquanid, and, Ice Cube Table Tray. The only thing that I was not expecting here was the Avalugg, which I'm looking at, and it's like, yeah, I can, hurt it a lot with things like, well, I wasn't actually sure how I was going to hurt it, but I'm looking, and like, Tyranitar is my win con, like 100%. The Araquanid is probably going to rock some webs, but I do have Defog on my Mantine and Court Change on my Cinderace, so I want to get rid of webs as fast as possible if they come up. Haxorus is also looking really good because this team is extremely ground weak. Like, Gengar, Arcanine, Dracozolt, Caparaja. If I can weaken the Ice Cube Table and the Araquanid, like, Haxorus can just come in and start spamming EQ. Roserade's going to be taking a ton of hits. Like, Hippo is a great switch into the Zolt Dragon. So let's see what I'm gonna do in this game. Let's see if either of my things can do well, and let's see how many oopsies I make. So I'm going to lead with, I want to say Hippo, because Hippo can get up some rocks. Cinderace could just U-turn freely. Roserade doesn't have any spikes or sleep powder. Cinderace also does have the U-turn, so I think I'm gonna go Cinderace first. I was thinking either Cinderace or Hippo here, just double checking like what my opponent has, potential rockers, potential I'm expecting the Araquanid like 100%. Just gonna double check that my Cinderace has the has the right things that I need on it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead with the Cinderace. I can get a fast U-turn off. I can, Pyro Ball is big damage. And yeah, let's, good luck to my opponent, of course, as we are, about to rock through the battle. So yeah, priority number 1, keep webs off my field. Priority number 2, win. So yeah, big surprise Araquanid comes in. And ooh, look, it's shiny. And I've got Highway Go-Go. So I have a few good possible moves. I could go for the Pyro Ball right now as my opponent goes for the webs. However, a Liquidation would hurt a lot. So I think the safe play to do right now is, in fact, the U-turn, because I can potentially go into, I want to say that my Mantine would be a good play right here. just in case of a webs right here that I could defog it, but also Haxorus is, it's not doing a whole lot, and it's going to be really tough to switch into a potential liquidation right here. So yeah, this I got to figure out right now what my way to get rid of everything is, and I've also got Air Slash on Mantine if I want to, like, I think it's a 3-hit KO on this Araquanid, unless it's AV, but if it's AV, it can't go for webs. But it goes for the Toxic, and this is a big problem right here, because this now means that my window of opportunity for getting my defog is quite narrow. I believe I am faster, so I'm just going to go for the Air Slash right now, and see what this Araquanid wants to do at this time. Or it could switch right now, or I could just miss as he goes for the webs. Which is, that was great. That was great. Yeah, like 90 accuracy moves, just come on, and that would have done like a third or possibly even to a KO at that range. So I could have like gone for the second Air Slash there and then defogged the next turn, but no, I missed that. That's fine though. So I'm just gonna go into my Cinderace now and go for the Court Change. I believe it is my best play at this point in time, as he withdraws as well. So that's actually like okay. As he goes for the Dracozolt, which okay, I'm gonna go for the Court Change right here. I could have gone for the U-turn to see what this thing wants to do, possibly switching to Hippo. But look, it's faster than me. It's a Scarfer. And I just drop. I drop. Cinderace is gone. Just completely just bye. But I know now that it's locked into the EQ, so I can go for my Flappy Bird. And hope that he doesn't switch into Araquanid on this next turn. Because now that Cinderace is gone, like, okay, so I made a huge error right there. I didn't scout for this thing at all. I could have gone into Hippo right away. Like, I should have, like, yeah, I should have figured this thing could be a potential Scarfer. But oh well, you know what? You know, it happens. I can still like, if I can dance twice with Tyranitar, I can still like win this game, like no problem. So I get rid of the webs, and this would have been a perfect time for me to go into my Haxorus and start like dropping EQs on everything. And this right here is where I wish that my previous Air Slash had hit, because then the second one would right here. Well, no, why am I switching? No, go for the Air Slash, Trogdor. No, stay in. Go for the Air Slash. Yeah, no, yeah, there you go. There. Oh, good, Trogdor. Thank you, past Trogdor. So this is doing a nice chunk. So yeah, that's why I wish the previous one had hit. So I've got options now. I can either go for the defog again. I can either switch out right now. I can go for the Air Slash again, but risk him, you know, risk me missing or living or something. But I'm just gonna like go for the Air Slash right now. Araquanid is going to get withdrawn as the Draco comes in, the Dracozolt. As I'm gonna Air Slash. That does not a lot. Like, yeah, no, that's not happening. And Toxic is really wearing me down now. And I am going to get the heck out of here. I'm going to switch into the incoming Bolt Beak. Even with the Wakan Berry, I am not living that, as I'm going to go straight into my Hippo. Hippo is actually low-key going to be amazing this game, because I can just like spam EQ, and like he doesn't have a lot to really deal with Hippo going for EQ, and Sandstorm is going to chip him down. I've got 2 Sandstorm users this game, and no, and no Sandrush abuser. But the taunt happens. So the taunt is, that's actually pretty decent for my Mantine, but Scarf Taunt, like, you have to switch now. And I can't go for Whirlwind, Toxic, or Slack Off, but I can freely just start spamming the EQ. And there's nothing that you can do about that. So my opponent withdraws right here as Araquanid comes in. I believe after EQ and sand damage, this thing can be gone. Oh, but not quite. Not quite. Sand damage right here. And I wasn't sure if I was faster or not right here. I'm still not... My taunt is still active. And I really don't want to switch into a liquidation right here. I don't want anything to switch into a liquidation right here. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, my opponent goes for the Leech Life. That's kind of... okay, that does like nothing. Maybe a predicted switch into like the Roserade or something, but EQ is definitely going to take it out. EQ plus Sand is definitely going to take it out right here. So Araquanid goes down. Now, if I can safely get Mantine in, go for the Defog, it is like, it's a clean slate for Haxorus. If I can get Tyranitar to dance at any point, I can go for one Dragon Dance and win. If I got the Defog from Mantine off. Mantine is weakened, it's toxic, there are a few things faster than him, so we just gotta play that very, very, very carefully. And yeah. So Avalugg comes in and Earthquake is not doing a lot to this, but I can Toxic it. I believe I can live just about any hit from this, and I am faster, so luckily I do land the Toxic, so this thing is on the timer. Once again, making life easier for my Haxorus in the future. As he goes for the Avalanche, and that is, yeah, that was boosted Avalanche. That was boosted, and yeah, that was just like comfortable for me. I can go for a Slack Off next turn and start wearing this thing down with Toxic, because whatever comes in next does not want to take it. Oh, wait, why am I switching? No, don't switch here. No, stay in. You've got no reason to just start slacking off and like spamming EQ. Even a little bit of chip damage will be great. Keep EQ now and slack off next turn. There's no switch in for oh geez, there's no switch in for an Avalanche. Yeah, besides, you know, I can just chip it down a little bit with EQ, slack off next turn. But my opponent does withdraw, maybe predicting me to go into something, but yeah, Paparaja comes in, and it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop really hard next turn. Even with the Sandstorm gone, it's not giving me any boost, and Hippo should be faster than this, unless it's like running a lot of speed. But like, let's be real, the best kind of Paparaja is like Adamant with AV and like, what do you call it? Attack and HP. But it goes for the Power Whip. It outsped me, and that is going to do a lot of damage to my Hippo. But I can pop it with another EQ right here. Hippo putting in the work. Like, man, if I'm just gonna... Wow, Hippo could... Well, let's be real. There's no way that I could play Hippo such that it could, like, bop the rest of my opponent's team. If I can get up a Slack Off soon, though, that would be amazing. But it's very likely that a Dracozolt could come in, taunt me, and prevent me from slacking off, healing. But Arcanine comes in, so I'm not gonna stay in versus this thing. I am gonna go into my what am I gonna do? Am I gonna Toxic this? I could Toxic the Arcanine. I could go for the Whirlwind right now to kind of scout what it wants to do, or I could just slack off right here, right now. I guess I'm just going to go for the EQ. As this goes for the Flare Blitz, I didn't really want anything to have to switch into that, and Hippo goes down. So now a smart thing to do would have been, this thing is Life Orb, so it's not Scarf. A smart thing to do would have been going into my Flappy Bird and trying to defog. Would have been going into Haxorus, outspeeding and going for the Earthquake. But I see a window of opportunity to go into the Tyranitar. I'll be honest, guys. I missed the Life Orb like earlier. I thought this thing was a bulkier Arcanine with like, what do you call it, Will-O-Wisp and Morning Sun. So I thought if I went into Tyranitar right now, its best option would be to Will-O-Wisp me. I believe that to be my opponent's optimal play versus my Tyranitar, because yeah, it's, you know. So I'm gonna dance right here. I think if I can dance right now as my opponent like tries to status me or whatever, or chip me with the Flare Blitz, that I can Earthquake the following turn and just like start really putting in the work, because T-Tar can tank something from Gengar. I would need 2 dances, but oh look, Arcanine gets close combat. Who knew? I certainly didn't. I just wasted my win con. Flushed it right down the drain. It's gone. Like, bye. When I said that, I said some very non-Christian things, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. So now I'm thinking like, oh no. Maybe I should do something that I should have done in the first place, and that is go into Haxorus and go for an Earthquake. Because my opponent definitely does not have any, what do you call them, answers for an Earthquake right here. Or an Outrage. Why would I do anything besides EQ? This squad is like super grounding. But Arcanine gets withdrawn, and now an Avalugg is coming in. So I'm weighing my options right here. I definitely see Haxorus as my obvious win con. Between my Earthquake is not doing a lot to Avalugg, so I need this to be weakened a lot more. But between Sandstorm and Toxic, this thing is getting really worn down. I want to get a defog off, but I cannot switch in Flappy Bird. So right here, I need to hope that he's going to go for an Avalanche, and I need to sack Roserade. I need this thing to just die on the incoming switch to an Avalanche. I need Roserade to go down versus this Avalugg so I can switch in Mantine on the following turn and go for the defog. That is the only way that I can win right here. So Roserade comes in. Webs, yeah, okay, whatever, that doesn't matter. He goes for the Avalanche. And I live. Guys, okay. You have no idea how disappointed I was in the fact that I lived right here. And I know now my opponent is going to switch. So I'm going to go for the Dazzling Gleam because, number one, Avalugg has Poo-Poo Spadef. And, well, it's not in my best interest to let the Avalugg die. It is in my best interest to let Roserade die versus the Avalugg. I can't let it die versus the Zolt. So I'm actually predicting the Zolt to come in right here. And if that thing does in fact come in and I can bop it, that's going to give me another opportunity for Roserade to get sacked versus against something that is slower than Mantine. So I bopped the Dracozolt. That was actually, like, in hindsight, that was actually a really great read. It was more in just, like, what can I do to, whatever. Yeah. But the Arcanine comes in now. And even though I am immune to the webs with my Mantine, I just gotta hope. Just really gotta hope that Mantine can outspeed it, defog it, but it's got the extreme speed. So Roserade goes down. Might have been smart to switch in Haxorus right there, but and then wait till Avalugg comes again, switch in the Roserade. That might have been the smart move. But I just have to go for Broga. If I defog right here, I win. If I don't get the defog off, I lose. Like, I know I made some really abhorrent plays like throughout this entire game, but I have the opportunity to win. But no, he has the wild charge. My Wakan Berry is going to come in clutch. Is it going to come in clutch? No. No, it's not happening, gamers. Not happening. Unless Haxorus is tanky enough to take a hit from the, Gengar, which I'm still at full. Like, between the... Like, Arcanine's gonna drop right here. If he switches in the Avalugg, that is going to take a round of EQ, a round of Toxic, and then another round of EQ. If I can take a hit from Gengar, like, you know, anything is possible, but, you know, it could obviously be Specs, or Life Orb, or, like, whatever Ghost boosting thing that there is, so it's looking kind of bleak. And there's the Extreme Speed, so it's looking even worse for my chances of, like, tanking one of those hits. But yeah, that was definitely some much needed damage on my Haxorus for my opponent. As surely enough, the Gengar will come in and pick me off. So where did I go wrong? I went wrong very early game with just like not scouting for the Zolt and letting Cinderace go down so early. I thought it was a good chance for me to like get rid of the webs, but Araquanid was still up, was still alive. Letting Mantine get so worn down, but yeah. Good game to my opponent. That was definitely like a good... We only lost 2-0, but it was still like just kind of a couple, what do you call it? A couple oopsies that I made throughout that game. And we're gonna bounce back for sure, guys. We're what is it, 2-2 now? And like what, -2? I don't know. But yeah, anyway, guys, if you liked the video, liked it, if you got anything else to say, comment down below. If you want to keep up to date with this league, subscribe, because there's this league and another league and maybe another league coming up throughout the throughout my mandatory quarantine here, because I can't leave the house. And yeah, you know what's going on, everyone. I'm gonna be out of work for the next like 3 weeks. That's gonna really, or more, depending on how long the public schools are closed. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, I'll see everyone in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.